Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Whatever time zone you happen to be in, welcome to Leaders Worldwide Online Toastmasters Club. Our club mission, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Leaders Worldwide is designed for politicians, business leaders, nonprofit leaders, entrepreneurs, as well as anyone who wants to make their message heartfelt and authentic. Core values, integrity, respect, service, and excellence. We are Leaders Worldwide Toastmasters, where leaders are made.
And let's welcome our president, Rosemary Sweeney.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alex, for your warm welcome. And I welcome everyone who is here this afternoon. First, both our members and non-members. I would like to call on our guests. I heard we have a number of guests here to tell us something about themselves. Okay, so there's Raul.
Hi, Rosemary. Hi, everyone. Thanks a lot for giving me a welcome in this club meeting. My name is Rahul. I am from India, currently residing in the city Chandigarh. I'm also a part of Chandigarh Toastmasters Club. And in terms of my leadership journey, I am currently serving as the area director for Division J, District 41, India. And I'm really looking forward to this meeting. Thanks a lot for having me here. Over to you, President.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence. At this time, I will call on Nikhil Singh. We are unable to hear you, or is it me?
No, I can't hear him as well.
Oh. We can't hear you. Okay. Well, we have our loving guest who we always look forward to, and when she's not there, we wonder, where is she? Toastmaster Judith.
Thank you. Greetings from Santa Monica, Los Angeles, Southern California.
And welcome. Today we are going to have an amazing meeting, and I forgot to say I am not from the US, I am from the Caribbean, Dominica, a tiny island in the Caribbean. And now it is 2 p.m., so we are in the middle of our day, not evening and not right morning. And so at this time, we are all Toastmasters, so I call on our Toastmaster of the meeting to take over this portion of the meeting.
Good afternoon. My name is Cassandra Garabedian, and I'd like to give you the theme of the meeting. I'd like to introduce International Mother Earth Day. Although it started yesterday, we're going to extend that theme and keep it going. International Mother Earth Day. And just what does that mean? Mother Earth Day. And what has happened to the earth. Man has neglected Earth. And we see today just what has happened. We're living proof of it. We're seeing so many
Okay.
things that are negative effects of it, should I say. We're seeing fires. We're seeing winds and tornadoes. Waters, the pollutants that are happening with fish that are dying. The thing is that we must think about Earth as we see it will diminish to the part that it will no longer sustain man, but it will continue on. Life as Earth will continue on. It will keep moving and turning, not as we know it to sustain man, but as life as it is. So we need to think about that and try to live better, just like we're going up into space. And just the other week, parts of what they left in space has dropped back down into Earth and hit a house and plummeted. We're polluting the space now, and it's coming back. You need to think about that. So at this time, I say no more, and I'm going to turn it over and just introduce my GE for today, the general evaluator of the meeting. So our theme for today is International Mother Earth Day.
Thank you again. Ouch. Thank you once again, Toastmaster Cassandra. And at this time, let me get my calendar in, my agenda in order. I'm going to make a nursery rhyme it to the piece. And as general evaluator, I will be evaluating the overall meeting. However, to assist me in doing so, I will have a team. And so now my timer. I will call on our grammarian, Toastmaster Sally, to introduce the word of the day and the objectives.
Thank you. I'm thrilled that this is one day to celebrate what we pray we can keep going and change our own habits that have proved a little destructive. But on this day, our word of the day is to regenerate. That means keep using, restore, reuse again. So remember, if you're reusing something, you're not using it up, you're just finding a new space for it. And I'm counting the ahs and ums and buts and the space taking words which are not useful. And as you get accustomed to them, you can often eliminate them from your speech. And I also count all the wonderful, elaborative, decorative words that you put more meaning into your soul and your point of view. So thank you very much. I'll be delivering how we did at the end of the day, and it's a great meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Grammarian. At this time, I will call on our timer, Toastmaster Judith. Let's make her feel welcome.
Okay, since this is Earth Day, so we're going to have a little earthy timing. So here we go. This is 5 to 7 minutes, both speeches. So this is 5 minutes. This is 6 minutes. And this is 7 minutes. And then you have 30 seconds to complete your speech. And then we have, what do we have? We have table topics. That's 1 minute. 1.5. And 2 minutes. And evaluation is 2.5. And 3 minutes. And you have 30 seconds to complete your speeches. Thank you. Back to
Thank
you.
you so much, Toastmaster Judith, and bringing us back to earth with those lovely flowers. Everything beautiful comes from the earth. At this time, I will call on our Toastmaster of the meeting to take over this portion. Let's make her feel welcome.
Cassandra, it's back to you.
Now it's time to introduce evaluator and the speaker, Tala. I'd like to introduce to you Tala Benhart. Tala, you explain the objectives for speaker number 1.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. I hope you all can hear me.
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you so much. So today we have a very interesting project that is not usually done that much. It's called Develop Your Vision. It's a level 5 project from the Pathway Visionary Communication. It's the first of the 2 speeches. The project is called Develop Your Vision, and the objectives are, the purpose of this project is for the member to develop a detailed vision for his or her personal life, professional life, or an organization. The purpose of this first speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her vision. The member has spent time developing a vision for his or her personal life, professional life, or an organization. They will deliver a well-organized, engaging speech. The member may include information about the process of developing his or her vision, and the speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech should not be a report on the content of the Develop Your Vision project. So before handing over to the Toastmaster of the day, thank you, DTM Cynthia, for attempting this project. We hope to be reinvigorated and regenerated by your vision. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Tala. I call for 1 minute for silence to introduce evaluator 2 and speaker number 2.
I think you have to evaluate, the speaker is the one you have to introduce.
Yeah, we have a moment of silence after the speech.
Well, this is for Cynthia's
Yeah,
information.
read my bio. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Cynthia Stott, DTM, Division Director. Pathway Visionary Communication. Develop your vision. 5 to 7 minute speech. Fill your funnel. Cynthia Stott is a distinguished Toastmaster DTM. She joined Toastmasters in May 2007. After spending 13 years too terrified to even attend as a guest, that's another story for another time. Cynthia has been growing club memberships membership since 2019 by using her influence to grow and work with amazing teams. The beloved president of Lakewood Toastmasters Club, Sharon Brown, referred Cynthia as the membership whisperer because her passion, commitment, and expertise has proven results. Cynthia grew her first home club, Monkey Talks, at Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco from 12 members to over 50 members in 18 months. Heart to Heart went from 6 members in December 2014, almost its doors to Presidents Distinguished by June 30th, 2016. Cynthia has been President's Distinguished ever since. Cynthia, stop. Fill the funnel. Cynthia, stop. Fill the funnel. You have the lecture.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Cassandra. Fill the funnel. Do you want to rejuvenate your club? I think we want to rejuvenate leaders worldwide, fill up that funnel, make sure our meetings are engaging and well attended. And Sharon Brown, who calls me the membership whisperer, I love that, invited me to speak at her club on Wednesday to rejuvenate her club. So that's why I started to create this speech. But I think it's applicable to all clubs. And I have been rejuvenating clubs since 2009 when I was at the Federal Reserve, my very first home club. And we had 12 members. We didn't have enough to have our meetings were being threatened to leave the Federal Reserve. So I brought in 50 members in 18 months. And then I rejuvenated Heart to Heart. I've rejuvenated recently this year. Vision Masters and Demosthenes were in danger of being lost. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, what am I going to do next year? I'm a division director this year. What do I want to do next year? Well, I would like to serve on the CGD team and to focus on clubs that have 10 or less members, those really small clubs that have less than 8 members or 8 members or up to 10 members that may get a club coach, but they need even more than a club coach that can just, tell them what they could do and all that. They need someone to roll up their sleeves. So I'm going to gather a team that can help these small clubs survive and thrive. So if you want to survive and thrive, what do you do? If you're in person, there's lots of options. You can advertise at local coffee shops. You can advertise in the building that you're meeting at. You can advertise in beauty shops or restaurants. It's great to have a local flyer. If you're meeting online or hybrid, where you're meeting both ways, there's many ways that you can invite international members like we have here today from India. Wonderful. To revitalize and to rejuvenate your club. And today we have people from all over the world as our members and our guests. So social media is a really important tool to use. And when you advertise in social media, think about what is my time zone and where else in the world is it a time zone that works for them. So for example, our meeting today meets at 11 p.m. in Pakistan or 11:30 p.m. in India. And we have both sets of people here. And it also meets in Sri Lanka at 11:30, in Nepal, in Bangladesh, and many other countries in the area. So maybe your club meets at 7 a.m. in California, early breakfast morning meeting, and that's where Sharon Brown's meeting is going to be on Thursday. Early morning, so I have to wake up and get my eyes open and be on Zoom at 7 a.m. But where else in the world can she offer it? She can offer it in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, even in parts of like Bahrain. It's a couple hours earlier there, but maybe someone would want to get up early. I have an English language mentee that lives on the island of Borneo and on the Malaysia side. And she said, Cynthia, I need a club that meets at my time, 4 a.m. 4 a.m. She wanted 4 a.m. so she could go to her club and be focused and then get ready and go to work. She didn't want to be distracted during her workday. So for her, that was perfect. So I looked at my world clock and I found, oh, noon clubs meeting in Oakland, California can give her a nice home. And she's been there for almost a year now, and she's loving it, loving it, loving it. And she's going to be speaking on Tuesday at noon. And Sally is her sponsor. So if maybe she'll come and join me, we're going to go and hear, I'm going to hear her speak on Zoom, and maybe Sally Reyes will come too. So what about an open house? Open houses are a fabulous way to grow your meeting. And in open houses, you can kind of roll out the red carpet for your guests. So you let them know, we're ready for you. We have a flyer, we have an agenda, we have a wonderful meeting planned for you. And when you have an open house, that one open house I went to that was 7 o'clock in the morning in California, they had 4 local guests, all from that same city. But the speaker was from the United Arab Emirates, and we had lots of guests from all around the world. And those 4 local guests, they joined that very first day because they wanted to be a part of a club that has speakers from around the world and guests from around the world. It gives them lots of excitement and things to look forward to. So what do you want? Do you want to have an open house in your club? Do you want to invite global guests? Do you want to invite speakers from around the world? And do you want to do in person so you can go to local beauty shops and restaurants and advertise, and then also advertise on social media? Whatever you do to fill your funnel, have fun. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for that wonderful speech. Timer, can we get 1 minute on the clock, please?
It's time.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce evaluator and speaker number 2.
Okay, that's me again. So Nadine is giving her speech number 2 from the high performance leadership. And let me see if I can read her evaluation form. Just a second. Team info, here we go. And her evaluation form. Let's see, her objectives. So the purpose of this project is to remember to apply his or her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. And boy, did she. I was there yesterday, and she's going to tell us all about it. The purpose of this first speech is for the member, she's on speech number 2, I'm sorry. Purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of hers or her experience completing the project. The member completing the project has committed a great deal of time to developing a plan, forming a team, meeting with a guidance committee, and completing his or her envisioned project. The member will deliver an engaging speech with the project as she completes it. The speech may be humorous, informational, presented in any style the member chooses. So back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, to introduce our wonderful speaker, Dr. Nadine James.
Okay. I'd like to introduce Dr. Nadine James. She is a clinical research scientist and the president and CEO of a nonprofit organization, Illumination X, Inc., a nonprofit that focuses on illuminating the minds of the next generation of marginalized and underserved students in grades kindergarten through 12th grade, K through 12. They accomplish this by providing science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, STEM, based on tutoring, test preparation, mentorship, related science, related services, and programs. Students are helped to unlock their full potential, discover their brilliance, and get A's. Dr. James worked on a high performance leadership project to create a gala event benefiting Illumination. She will share hot off the presses how that event New Beginnings went.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cassandra. Thank you so much, Cynthia. So last year, the board of Illumination decided that we were going to do something different we hadn't done. And so we chose that we were going to do a gala. And I said, well, I want this gala to be my high performance leadership project. This was about last year, October. And then we decided, okay, we're going to try to have this gala. Sorry, this was about September. And so we decided, okay, we're going to try to have this gala in November. And we realized, okay, that was a little too soon. We didn't really recognize all that was required. And all the people that I wanted to be a part of it had other commitments. Anyway, we settled on April of this year. Initially, we settled on April 20th. And, we took some time. We found venues. It was very difficult finding venues. But anyway, we found a venue that we really liked by the lake in Long Island. and the 20th was gone. It was they were having a wedding on that day, so we chose the 21st. And we put the flyers out, planning. One team member came up with the name "An Evening of Illumination," and then I said, well, last year, or the programs we had just before this one was called Birthing Purpose, right? So since we've birthed our purpose, then we've had a baby. So let's call it New Beginnings. And so we chose to call the theme. So the theme of the theme of this the programming's coming up is New Beginnings. So we started with the gala. The gala, I don't know if you know this, but so we had our team of 10 people, events team. Some were fundraisers, actual fundraisers. Some were the persons who would talk to the different the venues. Like they would plan with the people at the venue what we want, what we're going to do, so forth. And then some of them actually went to check out the venue a few weeks ago. Well, a couple of weeks before the actual program, and they were like, no, we're not going to do this, because they started to add on fees. They started to tell us, oh, we're going to have to pay $750, and in addition to what we had already paid for valet parking, which they hadn't told us before, hidden fees. And they were like, well, can you take this off? It's a nonprofit free, it's a fundraiser for these children, thinking that they would understand. Nothing like that. They were like, no, this is mandatory, and it's mandatory by the town. So I chose, as a president, okay, we're not going to do this. We have to find another venue. So we chose to have the gala at where Illuminate Station is located, which is in the Bronx. And it worked out well. Why? Because some of the students and the parents of the student and the parents were not planning to travel to Long Island for the venue. And so when I changed the venue to Bronx, more people came. Then so we had about in total we had about 70 people in person, and we had about 21 or so people online. But in total, the amount of people who had registered or said they were coming was about 100. And the students, they showed up online. The people who came in person showed up. We had little glitches at the beginning, but in everything, this is our first rodeo, this is our inaugural gala. And we had glitches with the technology. At one point, when I started addressing, we had planned that we were starting at 5:30, and I started addressing the crowd, but the people on Zoom couldn't hear that I was giving my welcome and opening remarks, and Cynthia was chatting away and telling everybody what to do and what not to do. So everybody in the room was hearing Cynthia versus me. And so I was trying to mute her. I muted her, and I think she unmuted her. Chatting. Anyway, I finally had to call her and say, Cynthia, we've started. And then she alerted us that they couldn't hear. Anyway, so after those glitches, we were on our way. And, I have to tell you, Cynthia was a part of the advising committee. I had Cynthia, I had Kathy from another club, 3 DTMs, and I had Dr. Sandy from a different club. I'm so grateful for Toastmasters. Why? I don't know if I was outside of Toastmasters and I had decided to do something like this, if I would have had the type of people to really rally around me to make this event a success. And they did. So Cynthia was there online, ensuring that everybody was taken care of, as well as another person, Mike, who was showing the students certificates as the names were being called. We had our guest speaker, Dr. Clovine Campbell, and she spoke very well about the process, like, what she went through. She's a top doctor and a very good friend of mine. We went to high school together, and she spoke about her process from high school to where she is now. And she spoke about, the good and the bad and the indifferent, encouraging the students. Then I had a very good friend of mine, Dr. Patrick Struby, who also spoke about new beginnings. And he started out talking about what it's like when you're struggling, but are you going to stay there or get up from there and ride the waves, right? And then he spoke about the new beginnings. He really what was I saying? Enlightened or motivated those who were there. Well, my friend did too, Clavine did too, but I think they were a lot more intrigued. Where am I with timing? Well, I think they were a lot more intrigued with Dr. Struby. So all in all, we had a really good time. And I just want to thank all of you and Toastmasters for the opportunity to have completed my HPL. Thank you so much.
Can we get 1 minute on the clock, please? Thank you.
It's time.
Thank you. Now, timer, can you explain the colors for table topics?
Okay, table topics is 1 minute. Where are we? 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes. And then you have 30 seconds to complete your speech.
And now, table topics.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I am your table topics master for today. My name is Carrie Kelly. And because we are celebrating Earth Day, and our theme is all about rejuvenation, let's start with our first table topic about rejuvenating your living space. If you look around where you live, what would you like to have? What would you like to rejuvenate, to refresh and make your space more comfortable while honoring Mother Earth? Who would like to go first?
Do we have any takers?
I can go. It's Alex.
Alex, perfect.
So fellow Toastmasters, when it comes to rejuvenating a space in our home, when we built I shouldn't say built, when we bought our house, the front of the house was a jungle. I think there was actually fairies and squirrels and whatever living in our bushes. So one of the things that we did, and we live in an association, so I spent money and we cleared it all out. And by doing that, then I was responsible for it because the association felt that it wasn't necessary. Well, we found a bike. We found all sorts of different things, hoses and lions and tigers and bears, my. But I did have a vision of what I wanted to do because my daughter wanted a fairy garden. So I talked to a friend of mine who was a master gardener, and I found some free bluestone. Yes, free bluestone. And I made a zigzagging path that went up and down and up and down. And then we put in peonies because those are special to us. We put a tree in, we did all this other stuff. And a couple of years ago, when we moved in, we did all this and it was very bland. Now that it's been a couple of years, the tree and everything is starting to bloom. Like right now, the out of the 6 peonies, 3 have survived, and we'll plant more. And the bottom line is, the front of the house has become, unfortunately, it's the front and not the back. It's become a place that we want to enjoy by being out there. And my daughter likes to do the path and make updates all the time. So it's the little things. And this was a little thing that
It's pretty big
was
thing.
easy to do. So back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Alex. You got to put some pictures of that garden up so we can see what it looks like. It sounds pretty.
Sure.
For our next topic, to honor Mother Earth Day, what would you do to celebrate Earth Day? Like if you could create your own celebration to honor Mother Earth, what would that look like? Who would like to take that one? Come on, you event and party planners, people who know.
It looks like guest Rahul has unmuted. Has turned on his mic.
Perfect. Please share with us.
So what will I do to? Can you please repeat the question? It just skipped out of my mind.
If you could design your own Earth Day celebration, what would that celebration look like? What would you do?
If I could celebrate Earth Day in my own way, then
Yes.
probably I will, just like the conventional way, I'll grow a garden of my own. And since I own 2 birds, I'm a bird owner, and I would love to get them that thing because with birds, what usually happens is especially with the domesticated birds here in India, so we have to most of the birds are just kept inside the 4 walls of a house. And I am totally against this philosophy because no matter who's your pet, whether is it a dog, whether is it a bird, it is really important that we give them that freedom. We give them that I must say that space to walk around. It's as simple. I mean, for dogs, we can just take them out for walk, but for birds, it's very difficult, and that's the reason why I would want to build I would say a garden on the world's Earth Day, because I would just celebrate it in the conventional way possible, and for them basically, because I am a big bird lover and I just want them to stay happy and cool. And also that will give me peace, because having greenery around you is always a plus over anything, over the concrete buildings and all that. So yeah, thanks a lot. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much. I love that idea. So for my last one, we are going to let you be creative. If you could be part of if you could be a flower or a plant, which one would you be? For me, I would tell everybody I'm a rose. I look good, I smell good, but I got thorns, honey. I got thorns. So, if you could pick your own plant or flower, what would you be and why? Who wants to take that one?
Regina Davis.
Okay, Regina.
Good afternoon, you all. Oh, it may be morning for some people. I don't see the timer, so somebody has to give me a warning, okay? If I could be any plant.
Hold on one second, Regina.
All
Hey,
right,
Judith, could you flip your thing? It's got the green flower. Thank you. It's all yours, Regina.
Thank you very much. If I could be any plant or flower that I want to be for Earth Day or any other day, I would be a vine. Because now I don't know what type of vine, because I don't want to be a grape, because I don't care for raisins. And grapes are kind of like seasonal. But there is a particular plant that I'm thinking of, and I don't know the name of it because it grew in my grandfather's yard. And it brought me a lot of joy because they had these huge bumblebees that would fly around. And as a kid, I got the chance to run to my grandfather, grab his leg, and scream. Ah! And he said, "Calm down, it's not going to get you." so the bumblebee would just fly on off and go and pollinate each one of those huge flowers that was on that vine. But I think that's what I would want to be, is that particular vine with those beautiful flowers, because almost 60 years later, I still remember what they smell like, the joy it brung. I knew it brung joy to my grandfather because he planted them everywhere in the yard. And my mom says she remembered those flowers when she was a kid, and the bumblebees were pollinated. Therefore, I know that the bees was bringing joy to someone else as well. And I feel like this, as a vine, you couldn't have too much control over me. So that's the number one thing, is I would be able to grow and grow and grow and grow. And even if you snip something off, that part of me will grow somewhere else. So yes, I would want to be that particular flower with those vines that I don't know the name of. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster Timer.
That is so beautiful. I love that. Oh,
That's good.
thank you so much for all of the table topics. I will now turn it back over to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was wonderful. That was some good table topics, Carrie. That was great. And now I'd like to invite the general evaluator to run the evaluation portion of the meeting.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the meeting. At this time, I call on our timer to give us the timing of the speakers, please.
Oh, the timing of the speakers. Cynthia was 7 minutes and 25 seconds, and Nadine 7 minutes and 24 seconds.
Thank you so much. At this time, let us make distinguished Toastmaster Tyler feel welcome as he presents the evaluation of distinguished Toastmaster Cynthia.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rosemary. Just let me bring up my notes. There they are. So, distinguished Toastmaster Cynthia, congratulations on presenting your vision so beautifully, so eloquently. You had a very good and attention-grabbing start. You always have, and today you still had good vocal expressions. For example, you said survive and thrive. I'm still trying to learn how to speak like that. Someday I will. But you give real life to words, and that's something admirable. And that's a trait that I find is shared by most native English speakers as well. So in this case, it hit the right spot. You gave some excellent ideas about marketing. And one thing is, a few things stood out for me. One thing was, you don't need to go global. You don't need to have like 1 million followers or likes on social media. You can advertise locally. You can create an interest on a local level. Sometimes we are so embroiled in social media that we lose sight of what we have at home in our surroundings. And that is something that we need to rediscover. So thank you for that. Love the idea of a local flyer and the way you described looking at the clock. It almost struck me as surreal because in a black hole, time becomes like space. And your map is the clock, the world clock, right? So instead of identifying spots for clubs, you identify time slots. And that is another way to grab an audience. And the results are before you because people in the subcontinent, especially in Pakistan, they're exactly 12 or 13 hours behind. So, number one, it's easy for us to keep track of the time versus virtually anywhere else. It's easier to make that mental math. And secondly, we are notoriously, habitually late sleepers. We sleep at 1 or 2. So it's super convenient, trust me. So yeah, and that's why you get so many members and visitors from these parts. Um, so you concluded your speech by bringing us back to the funnel. Uh, you opened with the funnel and you brought us back to the funnel. So that was good. Uh, Now, a few improvement areas. First of all, I thought that more oomph was required in the beginning. You are not your excited, energetic self today. Or maybe I got it wrong. But I found something amiss. There was some uncharacteristic hesitancy in the beginning as well. And you repeated rejuvenated a lot, which for a few sentences sounded nice, but then it became repetitive. Uh, your eye contact today was also left something to be desired. And my biggest complaint, I know we are not supposed to use the word complaint in evaluation, but I will use it. We didn't see you smile during the speech. Where was your smile? Where was this smile during the speech? Overall, a superbly delivered project and vision, loads of good, great ideas. Just a little more cheeriness and smile would have elevated the speech. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tala, for your evaluation. I will now call on the Lady of the Hour, Toastmaster Cynthia, to present her evaluation of Dr. James's speech. Let's make her feel welcome so she can smile through this one.
My smile is more from relief. I was a little distracted this morning. So welcome, fellow Toastmasters and honored guest, and especially Nadine James. Wow, 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 wow. I was there yesterday and I'm glad I was. Nadine asked me to be the timer at the last minute. And because I've been learning how to do Zoom hosting, I was able to help out with the Zoom hosting. And I was my usual self and took charge and was a loudmouth. And I'm glad that she called me to tell me that it's time to start. Great. So, what you did well, your strengths, was your enthusiasm, that beautiful smile of yours, your hand gestures, and you are very engaging, and you were off the high from last night. I know you got home late, got up early this morning. There was a lot of things to prepare. So, but you had that enthusiasm, that afterglow. What I would have liked to see is a little more range of motion and movement of the stage. And I did the same thing. Standing is really important when you're on your laptop and you're on Zoom. It really helps. And I am a big proponent that I have to sit in my chair, and I didn't do it, but it really helps. And the eye contact you had really good eye contact that was very engaging. The challenge for you is to give this speech again and again and garner more support for your wonderful nonprofit, Illuminexation. It was so fabulous to be there and hear those testimonies that I've heard in your speeches straight from the horse's mouth, as it were. The beautiful Joel and his sister. Oh my gosh. For them to, like, it was like an epic telling of the tale. I got to see the real people and feel them, even though I was online and they were in person. It was great. As these people were coming on Zoom, I could see the people and the stories, and I wanted to hear more. And I would love for you to share more of this speech and maybe bring your students, your babies, as they're growing up with you to share it as a group, maybe even do a panel discussion. That would be marvelous. Wouldn't it be marvelous to have a panel discussion about Illuminexation and what they gain from it? And you could talk with the youngest ones and the older ones, and they can bring their presentations on Zoom or in person. I think that would be magnificent. And you can give it again and again at Toastmasters clubs all around the world, but even expanding more to Rotary clubs and Lions clubs. They always need speakers, and I'm sure they'd be inspired and be on board to support you and your glorious nonprofit, Illuminexation. Thank you so much, Nadine.
Thank you, Cynthia. And I could see the ideas just bubbling out and bubbling out. So Toastmaster Nadine, you're going to have her for your next HPL, where you're going to spread your words around the world. At this time, I call on our timer once again to present her report. Let's make her feel welcome.
Hey, there we are. All right, so evaluation was, Tala was 3 minutes and 24 seconds, Cynthia was 3 minutes and 17. Table topics, Alex 2 minutes 15, Rahul was 2:17, and Regina was 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And at this time, I will call on our grammarian to present a report. Let's make her feel welcome.
Thank you. I always enjoy my part here of listening for the word regenerate, although we also had variations of that word, which was rejuvenate and restore and reuse. So we had Alex 2, Cynthia 3, Cassandra 2, and Carrie's excellent word was rejuvenating, and Tala, I think it's equality, which I loved. However he used it, it was great. So that's all for today, and I did not count too many regenerate, but we had a similar words in that topic. So thanks so much, because Mother Earth Day is forever our responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sally, our grammarian today. And our meeting overall, I found our meeting, we began on time. Our speakers were prepared. Our evaluators gave very respectful evaluation and sufficient information so that going forward, we as a group can improve, not only the speakers. Our timer, I thank our timer who came in for us at the last moment. And we have our ever sure grammarian who I am aiming to take to another club with me so we can see what a grammarian does and hear what a grammarian does, our fabulous grammarian. And to our guests who are here with us, I would like to hear from you. What do you think of our meeting, and probably how can we improve on our meeting? So let's hear from our guests. Yes.
As for the meeting, first of all, I just want to thank all of you for welcoming me so wonderfully into this whole session. And I really loved the theme. And especially for me, as an Indian, it was fascinating to hear all of you speakers from different countries. And I got some really amazing insights as to how can I develop those things, how can I inculcate those things in my speech. And overall, I must say it was a lovely meeting. And as for the feedback, I don't think there's any feedback. It's all about being more consistent. I know in the online setting, it can be a little difficult because in-person connects are always, way, I must say, way more welcomed than the online connects. But despite the online meeting, I think this club is doing really well as for my experience of this meeting alone. And it's about consistency. If you can stay consistent, then I think sky is the only limit for this club. Back to you, President.
Thank you so much. And Toastmaster Singh, are you still with us? Okay, Toastmaster Singh. Okay,
Nikhil,
so
you know?
okay, I will call on Toastmaster Davis to tell us what she thinks of our meeting and how can we improve.
Good afternoon again. I am not new to this club whatsoever. It's just I have not been able to attend due to the time zone that I'm on. And today just happened to be one of those days where I'm actually on Pacific time. And so, of course, the first thing I said is, I'm getting to this meeting. And here I am. As far as improving, I don't want to talk about what needs to be improved because I feel like I have not been here enough to say what needs to be improved, but I can tell you what I enjoyed. So can I focus on that first or mostly?
Yes, you tell us what you think. That's one.
So one of the things I really enjoyed is the fact that I can tell that people are actually listening to the speaker. And that was based on the feedback that was given in writing and the feedback that's given verbally and the evaluations. So that told me that whoever's supposed to be evaluating is actually doing their job. They're not being distracted by outside forces or anything like that or what is going on in the room. I can say that I truly enjoy the table topics because the only reason why I didn't respond right away about, I forget what the correct word to use, but when you're changing your environment or whatever, I want to raise my hand, but I wasn't sure what the protocol here was. So that's why I said, I'll just wait and try to figure it out. I truly enjoy that because it reflects on what's happening right now, Earth Day, and also our health as Toastmasters and just human beings all together on our mental health, because to me, changing anything starts with your mind. And so I really, truly enjoy that. I enjoyed first and most importantly is the diversity that's in this group. Someone in the text said about, oh, I really like hearing somebody from other countries. Well, it depends on what country you're in, if that person is from another country. So the simple fact that it's so diverse, that means that I'm learning from the other club members about their culture based on their speeches and about their body language. I'm sure you all noticed that I use my hands a lot. That's because I do ESL. And so it's kind of hard for me to not do that. But again, I really enjoyed today's meeting. I'm glad that I was in attendance. My very last point is the advertising that you guys posted on WhatsApp. That's what got me here. I read all the messages that was going through, but because I don't know members, I didn't say anything, but I knew to find my way here. And that was it. Thank you all.
Okay, so thank you so much for your feedback. And when you come to our meeting, we love feedback on improvement. So it doesn't matter if you came late and you saw something to be improved, just let us go with it and we will try to implement it. We had two. Oh, Singh is here right now. Let us make Singh feel welcome. Yes, go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Nikhil. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so this is my first meeting and I'm also a Toastmaster member from Chandigarh Toastmaster Club, and this is my first meeting. So I joined from the WhatsApp and there was a meeting link and I joined it and I shared it with the Toastmaster Rahul, and I loved the overall meeting and I learned good insights about the importance of social media in promoting the meeting. And I really like the timer cards, the background image which the timer showed, because it was inspired by the flowers and it was a lovely experience for me. That's all. Thank you. Back to you,
Okay,
President.
thank you. And we invite every one of you to come again. But before we move on, we have our special guest, Toastmaster Judith.
Many years ago, on Earth Day, I went into a store. And as I walked into the store, I stepped on a spider. The owner of the store came out. He said, "Oh my God, you killed the spider." I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't see that. That was the spider." So now, one of my friends came into my apartment and I have a fly. I can't get rid of this fly. I tried every single thing in the world and I thought, okay, now I have this fly. It's Earth Day. I just thinking about that very soon I have to name the fly because he is living here now for 4 days and appears every now and then. So here we are. I live with one fly from the earth, and I also have these wonderful flowers. Actually, I have all the time. So that is my celebration for Earth Day.
Thank you. Thank you for telling us about that spider and the fly. So if you had joined them together, then the spider would not be living with the fly and you would not have to kill the spider. And today, well, that was our theme of day. Today is International Earth Day, and I think the focus is on plastics. So we have to continue if we have started, and if we have not started, we have to avoid the consumption of plastics. There's too much plastics on the earth, we are being told, and the earth is inundated with plastics. So if we are not mindful, so that we can pass our information to the younger ones, we will not be saving our planet, and we need to save planet Earth. Our meeting today, we had two wonderful speakers about the social media and how we could just inform others about our meetings. And so locally, it is very good to do that locally, because not only do you get to know people and meet people, but you can tell them more so about Toastmasters. And we have been told that face-to-face meetings are very, very good. We also heard of this grand event which happened, and I know Toastmaster Nadine is just proud of that, because she has been working so hard to have this come and to know that it was successful. Congratulations to you, Toastmaster Nadine. We have to keep Toastmaster Marie in our prayers. She lost a loved one, and we always see her around at this time, and this is the reason she could not be at our meeting. So let us continue to keep her in our prayers. Our meeting normally has some giveaways and some takeaways which we send virtually. So I asked everyone to close their eyes, and because in Dominica, we are in what we do not have seasons like spring, summer, autumn, winter. I'm on a tropical island, so there's always this summertime or rain time. But we have different seasons for fruits. And now our fruit is the mango, so we are in the mango season. So I just want you to close your eyes and choose whatever type of mango you can think of and just catch that mango. I'm going to send it across the miles to you. Okay, at this time, I will call on Toastmaster Cassandra to take a hold of this portion of our meeting where we try to see if we can fill our agenda for the following meeting. And we meet every week. We meet at 10:30 or 11 on some Mondays, and on the first and third Monday, and on the second and fourth Monday we meet at 5:30 p.m.
It's
Pacific time.
opposite. First and third, we're at 5:30
Yes,
p.m.
5:30 first and third, and 10:30 second and fourth.
Yeah, California time. So are you adjourning the meeting? And we can end our live stream. Bye, everybody on the live stream.
Is this the fifth Monday though?
It is the fifth Monday. There will not be a meeting next
Which
week.
there won't be a meeting, so we would go with
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And that's
At
our
night.
open house. Woohoo!
I think you are ready for that meeting, aren't you, Cassandra?
And that will be the
Me.
6th, right?
Yep.
And we're covered.
Yep. Okay then. So I now call our meeting to a close. But normally after the meeting, we remain to speak. Those of us who can remain to discuss with each other. Cynthia calls it the after party.
Woohoo!
President Sweeney,
Yes.
I'm going to reach out to you on WhatsApp, okay? I want to have a conversation. Yeah.
Okay then.
We're good.
Awesome.
So we can stop the recording.
Yeah, we can stop the recording and we're good.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And thank you again, Cynthia.
Thank you so
Nadine.
much.
Nadine,
Yes, Cassandra. Oh, this week.
that was a great, I want to say that was one of the best speeches you have ever given. No, seriously. That was really that was a real good speech.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I
Very
don't know how to
nice.
stop the live stream. So
Very
we are going to
nice.
be live streamed for this portion. Just letting you know.
Okay, I'm out.
I'll send you a text for tomorrow.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Rosemary, I wanted to ask which native language do you speak in Dominic country? I mean, is this
English.
only English, or like do you have other languages as well?
We speak English and we speak Creole because at one point we were under the British and next we were
Okay.
under the French. So we speak
Okay.
neither properly, and then there's a twist where nous parlons Creole, si nous allons à place française, nous ça comprendre. So we speak French, and if we go in their place, we can understand just a little.
Oh, so you can speak multiple languages. I mean, that's lovely to hear.
Well, it's
Yeah.
similar
Here
in
it-
Jamaica. It's similar in Jamaica. In Jamaica, we
Yeah.
speak English and we speak Patois. So Patois is a cross between English, it's broken English, and they
Oh.
say French too. So yeah, that's what we do. They used to the Patois was created for the slaves to understand the colonialists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely to hear.
Mhm. All right.
And apart from
Beautiful.
Toastmasters, what are you guys up to these days? I mean, what's your profession?
Well,
Okay.
Nadine just talked about it. She's an amazing I don't know if you call yourself an instructor, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, it could be called instructor, but I'm the president and CEO of a nonprofit called Illumination Inc. And so we help students to discover their genius.
That's great. That's great. I mean, working in a non-profit organization that requires a lot of effort. Effort in terms of you are sacrificing money. I mean, you're not doing things for monetary purposes. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, that's that thing that, having that sense of service to the community. That's really important.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she serves children all over the world. We had people from Kenya and from the Caribbean, and it was wonderful
That's-
yesterday.
From here.
That's lovely to hear. That's lovely to hear. And what
Yeah.
about you, Cynthia? What do you do apart from Toastmasters?
I'm a speech and confidence coach as well as a global visibility influencer, and I primarily help people to speak their message on TED
Okay.
or other stages around the world. Yeah.
I mean,
So
you
Cassandra
definitely.
has left the meeting, so I guess we are okay for next week. With Silent, the 5th week of the month, and then the first meeting of May is May 6th, and we're having a very special open house. So we hope you can come back for that. That will be early morning for you in India.
Yeah.
And
So what time will that be? Will you be having? Like, what's the time?
5:30 p.m. In California. So that's 6 a.m. India
Yeah.
time on Tuesday.
Yeah.
On Tuesday
Yeah,
morning.
yeah.
So early morning for you.
It's 12 and a half hours. We're 12 and a half hours ahead of
Yes.
California.
You're in our tomorrow at the night. You're in our same day, but very late night tonight. So
Yes.
thank you
I
for
get
being
it. I get it.
here. And we really appreciate you, Judith, for being our timer. And we think about our lovely member Denise with her family. She had a family emergency, so we're sending her our thoughts and prayers as well. Anything else before we go?
I just wanted to tell him I am a finance coach, so I help people to manage their money. That's what I do
Yeah.
other than.
That's lovely. I mean, it is in nowadays, it's like it has been really difficult to manage finances most of the organizations who are starting off early and they are just going bankrupt. And if you are giving them advice on managing finances, I mean, that's really good thing, I must say, because
Yeah.
it has been a growing concern in today's world, managing finances.
Yep.
Yes, she's our money lady.
The money lady.
So bye everyone.
Good, yeah,
Bye.
goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Bye,
Thank
everyone. Thanks a lot.
you.
Thanks a lot
Have a
for
wonderful
having.
day, wonderful evening, wherever you are in the world. And
I
please
mean,
come
here
back
in
and
India,
visit us again.
it's 12:52 a.m. So we're going to sleep.
Ah,
We're off to sleep.
good night.
Bye.
Yeah,
Good
good
night.
night. Good night. Bye-bye. Have a
Bye.
wonderful evening. Thanks a lot for
Bye
having us.
bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.